Hey, how's it going? So this video is going to be on my new iPad photo booth that I made for my clients this year, 2018. All right, I'm going to take you around the design of it first, and then we're going to hop onto the computer, and I'm going to show you how I set up an event, and then we're going to come back to it, and I'm going to load the event and show you what the user experience is like, all right? All right, so you're looking at the back of it right now. I based this design on some of the other ones that I found on the internet, and I decided to make my own. So it's on a tripod stand, and then I have this black scrim that makes it look really nice and tight and clean so you don't see any wires that are underneath. Now, it does have to get plugged in, but I do have this battery pack right here that I can put under it if I feel as though at your venue the wire is going to be an issue. But at most venues, I can figure out a way to still plug it in hardwired and put something so that people don't walk there or whatnot. But if I need to, I can put a battery pack underneath and nobody will see that too. So let's take a look around to the front. Well, first of all, it's going to be powered by a brand new 10.5-inch iPad Pro, and I have a carbon fiber arm right here, so it's not going to go anywhere. Super tight, very stable, and it's also locked. No one's going to mess with it. I did a sorority party with 300 people, and they used it all night long, and nobody even thought about trying to take this off. So it's very hard attached to this carbon fiber arm. It's not going anywhere. It's not wobbly. And then we have our power here for the ring light. Okay, so let's walk around to the front. So sorry if the video is not great exposure here. But anyways, when people walk up to it, it's going to look like this. Okay, and it's going to be at a height level that is going to work for anyone from like a height of 5'2" to let's say 6'2". So I think it's better to err on the side of shorter because most people are maybe around 5'7", and if you're a taller guy like 6'3", 6'4", then just sort of bend down a little bit because obviously it's a lot easier for somebody to bend down than it is for somebody to get higher. Okay. All right, so let's go to the computer and I'll show you the software, and then we'll come back to here and I'll show you what the user experience is going to be like. Cool. Okay, so let's take a look at the Photobooth software. This is what's going to happen if you decide to go with this. I'm going to come online myself and I'm going to set up your event. All right, so we're going to choose Photobooth, and we want to do GIFs as well, and I'll get to that in a second. Okay. And then let's say event name, we'll just say, actually I'll call it, like Brad and Allison's wedding day, something like that. And we'll say March 29th, 2018. And you'll see why I'm doing that because it's going to come up in a second. All right, so let's say it's March 29th. This really isn't all that important. It's just something that I have to fill in. Okay. Oh, actually, let me put today just in case, so today's March 28th, 10 a.m. So that way, when I go to show you, it'll be live. Venue name, let's just say it's at Rivermill, since a lot of you are at Rivermill. I'll try to go fast. I know this is kind of annoying. But I do want you to see this. Okay, so here you can choose if people are going to, if you want people to be able to share it to their Facebook page. I find that people aren't going to use that, but I'll put it here and you can just see what it looks like. Generally, people are just going to text this to themselves because I did an event with this last weekend, and they had the ability to either Facebook it, excuse me, email it to themselves, or text it. And I would say 95% of what I saw, people were texting it. Okay, so we'll choose email, we'll choose text messaging. I'll choose digital props right now just to show you what they're like. I'm not sure if most people are going to want those or not, and then also filters, okay? All right, let's 1111. That's just so that people can't lock me out of the program when they're using it. Okay, Instagram, they can, just for the Boomerang GIFs, if they want to share it directly to their Instagram feed, they can do that if I have this checked off. I would check that off. They probably aren't going to use that as well, but just in case. Let's see, guest Facebook. Selecting this will allow users to log into Facebook on the Snappic. Yeah, so we want that. We won't enable Twitter, or we don't need to deal with client Facebook. Okay. So now from, so we can say that this was from, I think I did, Brad, and so that way when they get the email, it'll say what they're getting it from. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Something like that. Okay. And then if I click this, then they will be able to, it'll come as an attached file, and they can save it easily depending upon what type of phone they have or whatnot. I'll show you that in a second as well. If they're texting it to themselves, then I'll also customize this and say, you know, here is your photo, whatever, from Brad and Allison's wedding. So it's kind of cool. You can customize it a little bit like that, personalize it a little bit. All right, so then I get to this part, and this is where I choose the templates. I'll probably do the same ones for all my weddings. I would suggest not using any of the ones that have white space. So that would be here, 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 here. So I can put text in those white spaces, but honestly, it kind of takes a while, and I don't know, I just don't think it looks that great. I just like the regular photos personally, but I'll show you, I won't choose any now, but I'll show you what the last event, what they looked like, because some of them did choose those. But for now, let's just choose a few of them. Okay, so I'll choose that one, I'll choose double. Some of these have framing to them, some of them don't have framing. Here, I'll show you. So like this one right here is just no frame, there's no white frame. Let's see. They're gonna want the strips are popular, so you can choose like a 3-1. So what I'm going to suggest too to all my clients is that you can choose a 4-1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say we go up to 7 here. Did I do a 4? Not sure if I did yeah, I already did that. Cancel. So let's say I do a 4-1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I already did that one. Sorry. Hold on. All right, I'll just do another square frame. All right, so I don't suggest doing more than like 7 different templates, and here's why. People don't really care that much about the template that they use, and I'll show you why when I get to the user part of it. When I show you I'm on the iPad and I'm using it, people have to scroll to see more of the templates, and what I found at the last event that I did is that they're sort of not interested in doing that. They're just interested in seeing like what templates are on the front page. So let me just keep going so that I don't take up too much more of your time here. All right, so this part's kind of cool. So when people walk up to the iPad, you can either have just a regular screen that sort of looks like this. It's just sort of a generic screen that shows a whole bunch of photos. Or, let's see, upload still background track. Or you can have something that is moving, like tap to start, strike a pose, so that when they walk up to it, they have like a moving screen, if that makes sense. If you just want a static screen, you can actually upload your own. And I chose some from the internet just to see what they would look like. Let's try this one. Yeah, so that's cool. So if you have a great engagement photo or whatever, this looks great. And so we'll keep it like that for this one. Hide title banner. No, I want to have that. So if you have the title, no, I don't want to hide it. So if you have the title banner, then when they walk up to it, they'll see Brad and Allison's wedding, and they'll see the date, and then they'll see your picture below here. And then below that, they'll see their options for stills or GIFs or Boomerang GIFs. Okay, so let's keep going. So all you have to do is send me a photo, JPEG that's compressed or whatever, and I can put your photo there. All right, so props. If you want to have digital props, you can. I think most people aren't going to do this, but I'll just go to Manage Props, and then, okay, you select. Okay, I'm going to select all of them, and I'll show you how they work. Again, I don't think you're going to want these, but totally up to you. It's your option. Okay, I'll just show you what they're like anyways. All right, so all the props are done, and then you can also choose filters, like Instagram type filters. Okay, so let's say we select them all. People do like these. And I can also change the order, so if we want to put certain ones that you like closer to the front, then people will end up using them more. So I don't know, I kind of like this one. Let's choose like the reverse one's kind of fun. I don't know. Black and white people will choose, although there's a black and white right there. I don't know. They might choose this red one. I don't know. Okay, the people generally just want photos, but it's an option and it's easy to use once I show you. All right, so then this is a GIF. So this, I'm going to choose. So these are going to be photos that they're going to take, I believe, 6 at a time, a couple seconds apart. Okay. And then I believe the next one's going to be the Boomerang GIFs, which is like 12 or 16 photos, and it's like really fast. But the iPad shows you what that's going to look like, and I'll show you that when I go to the user experience. Okay. So let me just choose these. Okay, done. Okay, great. So this is done, and I'm just going to say create event. And now I'm going to go over to the iPad, and I'll show you what it's like. All right, so excuse my poor videography skills here, but all right, so I'm going to show you what it's like for the user to walk up to this and what they're going to see. So how cool is that? Your photo right there, totally cool, makes it personalized, and I don't know if you can see or not, but it says Brad and Allison's wedding day, and then it says the date right there. Totally cool. Love that part of it. All right, so let's say they're going to come up. They can choose a still or a GIF or burst GIF. Now, if they don't know what those things are, like in terms of GIFs or burst GIFs, then when they click on them, they'll find out. But let's start with the stills first. So they walk up to the still, and see, this is what I was talking about with the different templates. So if there were more templates, like if we chose all of them that were on the computer program, then they would have gone all the way over here, and the only way for them to see them is to slide over. And I found at the last event that they weren't really getting that. So I just sort of think that you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 7 or 8, and call it a day. And that's fine. People aren't going to want to choose for more than that. It's like falls under the category of too many choices is not a good thing. All right, so let's say they're going to choose a photo frame. They can choose that one. It's going to take 4 photos. I'll just choose this one since it's just going to take 2, and just for the sake of time. So then they press next. All right, and obviously then they press, all right, oh, sorry, I forgot. So this is where the digital props would be. So if they want to do a digital prop, and if you want to have digital props as a category, then let's say if I choose lady glasses, see, you can probably see, chooses lady glasses, handlebar, mustache. So if you have more than one person in the booth, which you usually do, then it's going to put the same thing on both people, okay? So I'm not sure if you want that, or if you even want like wedding photographs with digital props, but it's there if you want it. Otherwise, you choose none, or they don't have to choose none. It's already set on none when they get to the screen. So I'm just going to press start, and obviously you'd have a better background than this, but I was moving for that one. All right, cool. So that one's done. And then here they can choose the filter, and it'll show them what it's like immediately. Totally cool. All right, I'll choose vintage, and then next. And then right here, I think you can see it. Yep, Facebook. So if they want, I just don't think you should have this as an option, because I don't think most people are going to want to Facebook it directly from here. I mean, they can, and they can log in, and then it forgets their login after they do. But I just think it's easier for people just to text it. So I don't even think it should be an option, but it's there if you want it. If they want to email it to themselves, they just press that, email, boom, boom, they press share. If they want to text it to themselves, they just press, I'll put my, okay, and then they press tap to finish, and that's it. So let me go grab my phone. All right, so you probably just heard that. I just got the text, and I don't know if you can see or not, but it says, here is your photo from Brad and Allison's wedding. So then you click on it, and it takes you to like a cloud website. And then if people have iPhones, they probably know what they're doing. I'm not sure about other ones, Samsungs and whatnot, but you can just hold your finger down and then just say save image, and then it goes into their photos, and then they can post it to social media as they want. Okay, cool. So let's move on to GIFs. So it shows you, and I can choose, I think I can choose like either 6 or 8 or 10 photos that get taken for this. I think its default is on 6. But it shows shows them what it's going to be like, and then they press next, and then you press start, and it'll take 4 photos. I have it on right now, and then it chooses the filter. Same thing. Boomerang shows you what the boomerang is going to be like. Same thing. I can choose, and I haven't found out which one I really like yet in terms of number of photos that it takes, but I can choose, I think, like 8 or 12 or 20 photos, and it takes it like boom, 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 like really, really fast, and that's how you get that action. They can choose different templates. That's without a frame, and that's just a square box. Again, they choose next. Here, I'll do one just to show you. All right, cool. Sorry about this. All right. I didn't choose a filter, and then I can text it myself. On the Boomerang ones, you see there's an Instagram one, so they can post it to their Instagram right there as well. All right, cool. Okay, so then the only other thing after this is that, and I can say skip sharing. The only other thing after this is that at the end of the wedding, I'm going to send you 3 zip files. One is going to be all of the photos that had frames, so that would be like the still photographs. One is going to be all of the GIFs, and then one is going to be all of the photos that were GIFs or Boomerang GIFs. So they took like multiple photos, like if you chose this one, you chose 4 or 6 photos, or if they took 12 photos here, you're going to get all of those individual photos. So if there was one photo out of, the Boomerang that they took that you really like, then you can do with it as you want, and you can do with all the other ones as you want too. You can make like a cool Shutterfly book or whatever, and I don't know, I just think that's really, really great, especially for the price for what you're getting. So I'm really happy with this app, and I'm really happy with the whole experience of it and what it looks like, and the event that I used it at this past weekend, they just loved it. They used it for like 3 hours straight. So, all right, cool. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll go from here. Thanks a lot.